Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about DeliverThat and Zifty. Are these updates helpful or hurtful? So in a recent live stream I've done with my co-host Budsoda, we had a discussion about some of the platform updates that have been taking place on Doordash. That inevitably led to a conversation about other platforms as well, more specifically DeliverThat and Zifty. The updates were discussed and led to a minor debate on whether or not they were helpful or hurtful, especially given the nature of gig companies in general. So in this video, we are presenting a clip from the Gone Wyld livestream about the updates that have been taking place on DeliverThat, Zifty, and other platforms, what those companies have been saying versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain, is never intended to be, legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything is going to be market to market and case by case. What applies to me in my market, in Budsoda's market, or any of the markets that are discussed throughout the Gone Wyld live stream may not apply to you. So with that said, enjoy the clip. There's a beta test starting now that scheduling isn't required any longer. Ooh.
Go like UberEats.
I don't know. I think that's Doordash that Bubbasu was talking about.
Yeah, I know. They're going to do it like UberEats stuff, though. Like
Oh yeah. Well, what you guys tell me? Would that make the platform better or worse? Because DeliverThat just started to add exclusive offers, and they removed the tier program. So it's more generalized to be a DeliverThat driver, and that ended up like it's more generalized. There's no like getting a leg up on people in terms of tiers or anything like that. It's just the system. In this case, you're basically taking away one of the legs up that you would have outside of simply Platinum Dasher or scheduling yourself out or having a large like being part of the large order program, etc. So that, like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that there should be a system of where you have there are ways you can get more orders and better orders as you become a better driver, or should it just be a universal system overall? Doesn't matter who you are, how long you've been in the game, etc.
Yeah. I just think that I think it should be just more general and open to everybody, and not like here's exclusive offers, do that. And I think that's just the most fair system. Now, the problem is people make bots to try to grab all the great ones versus, letting everyone actually see it for more than 2 seconds. I know it used to be a really big problem on Instacart, but I guess on other catering platforms, like you have Zifty open all the time, you have a bot that just grabbed it, and they'll always get it themselves.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's part of the problem, in my opinion. And that's kind of where it becomes pay to win rather than actually having the skills and the tools to actually do the job. And yeah, maybe you can call that a tool. Maybe you can call those bots a tool, but at the same time, that ruins the platform for anybody who really wants to actually make money on these platforms. I know that if I'm being honest, I preferred the preferred driver program because it made it clear that, hey, this is a driver that knew what they were doing. They were making a good amount of money for us, and we want to reward him or her for their consistency and making as much money for us as possible. And they got that leg up. Now, that also said, what was the other thing? I also think that there should be a clear distinction between on-demand deliveries being just single meals or a couple of meals for the family versus catering. Because for catering, that requires a different set of tools. It requires a different vehicle type in some cases. And they should be treated differently because that's what it's for. Now, once you start getting into medical courier and stuff like that, we're talking about a completely different ball game. But at the same time, I do believe specifically in those two areas, like longevity and opportunity type are really the only two factors that really matter, at least in my opinion.
Yeah. So it's the amount of orders you took. Basically, you've worked your way up through the platform, and then just like how you did. I know a lot of people don't like customer ratings, but like if they all just give you positive feedback and you're hitting your metrics, then fine. Like you're on time, you're not late to the pickup and stuff like that.
You're on time, you're setting up the orders, you're proving that you are fulfilling the deliveries in the accurate time frame. You're not too early if it's a catering order. You're are you communicating at like basic controllable things? You have that is what you should be like, that is what you should be measured on, not things of opinion. Like customer rating, yeah, it could like along like the same poor ratings over and over again. There could be a pattern, but like there are people who are absolute trash that only take good customers and have a better rating than the person who does really good work. I think you were actually talking about a shopper who was really good with you and had like a 4.7 because they were taking poor orders. But
Yep.
that's part of it. That's why I would be like, that's not really a measurable thing
Yeah.
in practice. Like, sure, in theory, like that would make sense. In practice, that's not the way the gig economy works.
Yeah. So like they do a lot of shops, and because they do a lot of shops, they get like I did, they get a lot of no tip ones that are actually decent to do, like because the price just keeps rising. So that's their issue. That's what they said their issue was. And it's like, oh. I'm like, well, anytime there's a red flag and you can get out of the order, do it.
Yeah, but like be quick, like in my opinion, be quick to decide whether or not a customer is worth finishing the order for. But that is also a different conversation.
Yeah, I got like
Zifty
three. I got 3 items in once, and the customer started like throwing a fit about really dumb stuff. So I was like, oh, okay,
Nope.
bye.
Put it like literally drop the basket, drop the order, bye.
Yeah.
Hey, why'd you drop the basket in the middle of the aisle? Trust me, you don't want me doing this.
So Zifty DeliverThat have exclusive. So that means they just show it to you.
Oh, so I don't know if you know about this. So with Zifty and DeliverThat, there's a different type of catering opportunity that is available to certain drivers based on not simply easy cater, but direct customers as well. Where they are for 10 minutes of time, they're only showing you as opposed to it just going into a queue and it's first come, first serve. Now, in my experience, those orders aren't like, I feel like I see so many of them that are absolute trash, in my opinion. Like, if you're gonna show me an order for $20-something, that is an hour and a half away from my home, why is it exclusive to me specifically?
Yeah. So you wouldn't take that order unless it happened to be super convenient as you're doing orders throughout the day. Uh-oh, did he freeze?
What is the point of that? Like, is it? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you froze. What's the point of it?
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, like an hour and a half away, $20 by itself. So unless you already had a bunch of stuff lined up to where you're going to be right in that area and it's going to your next one, maybe that's it for a $20
Exactly.
catering.
But that's also my point. Like, they're showing me opportunities based on how, like, exclusive to me, but is it really, or is it just this isn't going well in the general queue? Let's see if we can like exclusive it out. Like that's not the point of what exclusive should be. Like, okay, this is this is what I believed it was initially. Apparently, I'm totally off base with this. This is a driver that I thought was worth it. This was somebody I wanted. Like, I think this driver was good as a restaurant owner. I'm gonna say I prefer that driver. Therefore, that is an option for you to get exclusive orders for that restaurant. That's not the case here. That it's literally the opposite. They're sending me so far away. They basically tell me, hey, you can't have any orders in your own area. Like, what's the point? I'm not going to Jupiter when I live in Fort Lauderdale. That makes less than no sense.
I agree on
It's
that.
costing me sense just to look in its direction. Zifty, I know they updated their app. I still haven't gotten enough exclusives. I think for Zifty specifically, it is a good idea. Again, because the app itself is, what's the nicest way I could put it? It doesn't move fast enough to justify a queue-based system alone. So exclusivity would actually be valuable to the overall system. DeliverThat just switched over to exclusives, and they removed Vromo and their legacy app. So exclusives kind of work, but also their exclusive orders are garbage. So I can't, like, that doesn't help me. By the way, make sure you join us for the Driven Wyld live stream, and you can be part of the conversation too. We're looking forward to seeing you there. Driven was the only wave of us. Take it back, looking backward.